Hey you guys, it's Kyle from Markham Reptiles. I'm here with my boa Imperator Athena. She's 4.5 years old, so it's time for an update. This beautiful boa right here is our girl Athena, and we got her when she was only a couple months old, and she's absolutely a beautiful animal. She's a great pet, she's placid, she's puppy dog tame, and she's absolutely amazing, okay? So she doesn't have any morphs. She is a common boa. She is plain Jane. And she is crispy, you guys, and this is what she's looking like at 4.5 years old right here, okay? So she's looking big. She's still nice and box shaped like a loaf of bread. That is exactly what we like from boas right here. And she's absolutely beautiful, you guys. So I do feed her a big meal, and then I kind of space it out most of the time is what I do. I'm down to feeding her every month or two, really, is when I feed her. Usually it's more in like a month and a half, 2-month range, something like that. So I feed her bigger meals less often. And that being said, this is not a breeder animal. This is my pet. So all I'm really worried about is, does she have a healthy body shape? You see this indent right here, right by my finger? That's an important sign with boas. She has that loaf of bread shape, and she actually has a meal in her right now. So in the center, she does have a meal in her. But you can still tell she's square, she's in shape. I mean, look at her. She's absolutely a beautiful example of a boa. But yeah, I don't underfeed her, and I don't overfeed her either. Boas have a really slow metabolism. So if you're looking for a snake that gets big fast, then you better just get a giant snake. But if you're looking for a snake that gets to an impressive size, but that people can still hold and interact with and stuff like that, boas are really the perfect snake. I mean, she's absolutely wonderful. They calm down really fast if they have any issues when they're younger. And she really didn't. She was a bit vocal. She would hiss here and there. But I just picked her up. I held her a lot. I spent a lot of time with her. I spent a lot of time with her touching her head, touching her tail, stuff like that. And just getting her used to people and trained to where she's not so sensitive to every touch, you know what I mean? And now I can literally pass her to family members, pass her to kids, and I don't have to worry. This is really one of my calmest snakes that I have. This is the snake probably that I have the most trust with out of any of the snakes that I have. And not only that, but she's slow moving and she's deliberate, and she doesn't scare people unless they're just scared of a snake that is her size. To a lot of people, this is a big snake, but everyone that's known her since she was a baby knows that she's super placid, super chill, and a lot of people see very quickly, even when they meet her as an adult, once they're holding her, she has zero sketchy body language, and they just see very quickly like, oh, this is a really nice snake. So she's a great animal ambassador for that reason. And now, a quick word from our sponsors who make this channel possible. Thank you to all of our sponsors for your support. B&S Reptilia is a family-owned company with a large variety of different species of snakes. They work with multiple blood python projects, some very rare locality and different species of boas, Sumatran short-tail pythons, Woma pythons, ball pythons, scrub pythons, Barron's racers, jungle carpet pythons, green tree pythons, a variety of different pine snakes, bull snakes, and they also are a cocoa supplier of a couple different brands, and they can make you a local cocoa supplier as well. So get in touch with Chris from B&S Reptilia if you would like to be a cocoa supplier. Go ahead and check him out on Facebook, Instagram, and Morph Market. We have linked those in the description below. And definitely go ahead and support him, because Chris is one of the most supportive people in the reptile community. Janessa Mosley of JM Wildlife Arc breeds the most beautiful, high-quality boas that you could imagine. She has a high standard of ethics and care, and she is one of the most supportive people in the reptile community. If you want a boa, especially one that looks absolutely amazing, go ahead and follow her on Morph Market, JM Wildlife Arc, and give her a follow on Instagram as well at JM_wildlife_arc. Thank you so much, Janessa, for your support, and keep breeding wonderful boas. They're actually a really manageable snake. I mean, for their size, they're still handleable and stuff like that. They're very strong animals. They're impressive. really a boa may be the perfect pet snake. I mean, somebody call up Clint and tell him if you haven't already, but are boas the perfect pet snake? But yeah, I mean, really, they might be. I mean, this animal is absolutely amazing. Look how calm she is. Like, boop. She's booping me right now, you guys. She's booping my snoot. But yeah, like they're so calm, they're so chill, and they really don't take that much work. I've never been scared of working with a snake that's a baby or an adult, so it doesn't bother me too much to pick up a snake that's a baby and work with it until it becomes accustomed to humans. And that's really all a boa may take. And then after that, they're pretty much good, especially a boa imperator like Athena right here, and not a Central American boa, for example, because Athena is just your typical boa imperator that has been bred in captivity in the US for generations and generations and generations. Look at that iridescence that's coming off of her just from the light. But yeah, these guys are far from what you would find in South America, just in the wild. These are almost domesticated animals at this point because people have been keeping them as pets for so long. You're basically a puppy dog, Athena. But yeah, she's absolutely wonderful, and I couldn't be happier with my decision to get her as a pet. I don't care that she's not a morph. I really just like how boas look, and she's just a straight up boa imperator, and I love how she looks, and I've always been fine with the fact that she's not a morph. Now, boas do come in a lot of cool morphs, and that's something I like about boas too. And don't get me wrong, I love albinos, I love IMGs, and I love a lot of different boa morphs. They're really cool, but there's something just about a plain boa imperator that I love too. I love true red tail boas as well, the boa constrictors. They're beautiful as well. I'm kind of like a classic type of guy when it comes to a lot of snakes, and she's absolutely beautiful. I mean, her pattern is amazing. I really love this girl right here. She's a great animal ambassador, like I said. So I kind of quickly touched on her feeding, okay? But her feeding is basically at the point where she's at like basically an extra small rabbit or like a large chicken is what I'll feed her. And I'll feed her that around every 2 months. And I don't schedule it. I kind of just feel it out. So it could be longer than 2 months. It could be a little bit less than 2 months. I feel it out by looking at her body structure and stuff like that and being like, okay, you know what? It's time to feed her now. And that's when I'll feed her. I don't schedule it or anything like that. I've never been a strict schedule guy. I find that your animals stay a lot healthier if you don't schedule the feeding and stuff like that. But yeah, she's super easy to take care of, super hardy. She's easy. I've never had any health issues whatsoever with boas. And if you guys think about it, haven't you seen a bunch of boas that were taken care of incorrectly that didn't even develop health issues? Because I have. I mean, from being around reptiles a while, I've seen boas that were not taken care of that came to people as 15-year-old rescues, and they never have a respiratory infection. Like, there's never anything wrong with them. Boas are one of the hardiest species, in my opinion, that exist. Boa imperators specifically. And man, I mean, really, these guys are a great pet. So if you're watching this because you're wondering how it's going to be to have a boa and you're about to get a baby and you're like, what am I going to be experiencing 4.5 years later? You're going to be experiencing a snake that's big, impressive, but also still very manageable, very cool. It could be your best friend. This snake could really be your best friend. It could be puppy dog tame. It could be 100% trustworthy, like Athena right here. She does not bother me at all when she does stuff like that. She's 100% trustworthy. Like, I really trust this snake 100% from working with her so much. And I'm not at all exaggerating. I really trust this snake more than any of my other snakes. So really, she's a wonderful, wonderful animal. I put the time into her. But really, to be honest, she didn't take that much work. She was pretty sweet to begin with. I think that 6 months is too often at this point in her life now to update you guys. I will do a 5-year update just because it'll be her 5th birthday. But then I'm going to move to once a year updating you on Athena, how she's doing and stuff like that, and just let you know, like, hey, it's her 6th birthday, it's her 7th birthday, and stuff like that, and keep updating you guys. If you guys want more boa content, we at Markham Reptiles have a boa playlist. So go to our channel, go to playlists, and you will see specific playlists for specific topics and specific species. And there is one for boas. So you're going to want to go check out the boa playlist. If you want to see our other updates on Athena when she was younger and just other boa related content, that'll be your playlist that you want to check out. Go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram at Markham Reptiles. Follow us on TikTok, Markham Reptiles. If you're not subscribed here on YouTube, definitely subscribe on YouTube. Like, what are you doing? You got to be subscribed, right? And check us out on Patreon. Our Patreon is linked in the description below. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. From Athena right here and myself, keep on spreading the love of reptiles.